Yo.
What is up, everybody? Thank you for joining us on this Wednesday night Dynamite review. Look who's back at it. It's your boy. How you doing tonight, Mr. FTW?
I am here in the building, man. It's good, going good, bro. I can't lie.
Unfortunately, Ms. Bonafide will not be with us tonight. She has some family things she has to deal with, but can't wait to see her back next week or tomorrow, Thursday night, for her show.
Yeah, buddy.
You want to go ahead and get us kicked off, boss man? I missed the first 5 to 10 minutes of Dynamite getting it set up. So if you want to get us kicked off. Thank you, everyone, for joining as well. We got Madman Moses, we got Isaiah Hill, we got Matt MTG Gaming, King Chester. We got the gang up in this bitch. So, I mean, thank you, everyone, for joining. Go ahead.
Rather than have too much, we started off the match with Penta Miro with our boy Adam Copeland, which was a banger of a match. Easily a 4-star match. Probably one of the better matches I like to see Adam Copeland in. And we have an Adam Copeland win. And we pretty much move on. That was like our first match. It was like 45 minutes. It felt like 45 minute match. It felt like. And yeah, they took basically a first segment, and then we go right into, the Young Bucks.
What happened? What happened with Swerve and Joe at the beginning of that? That's what part I missed.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Before we start the show off with our boy Samoa Joe, supposed to be going against Dustin Rhodes, of course. As Samoa Joe is coming out, we have Swerve Strickland attacking him from behind, and basically they have a brawl outside. And our boy Swerve basically takes him through the table. And yeah, man, there's no. And there it goes. Therefore, Samoa Joe does not have his match, which makes it going all the way, which makes the match go all the way back to the main event, which is why you have Samoa Joe and Dustin Rhodes as the main event for the night.
Okay. I do know at the end of the Edge and the Penta match, Edge did win, of course. I had a couple questions because one, it was for the title, right?
Yes.
Okay. Why was the Penta almost let Edge get counted out there for a second? I got confused. You can't win by count out now, Penta. So for a second there in that match, I got a little confused. The match itself though was a banger. House of Black came out, like you said, at the end. And then Willow came out to help Edge. Decent segment, I guess. But then, backstage, you got Mark Briscoe and Eddie Kingston with Edge walking up, and he's going to team with them. I think was he at the pay-per-view when they're going to do that? The 3-on-3 against House of Black?
Yes. At Dynasty, we will have the House of Black versus Mark Briscoe, Adam Copeland, and Eddie Kingston.
Okay. And then we also set us up for next week. I think they said on Dynamite we have a mixed gender tag match with Adam Copeland and Willow against Brody King and Julia Hart.
Yeah, man, that should be a good one.
I think that'll be interesting to see. I still really they did cut a really badass promo video for Julia Hart while we're on the topic of it real quick. The video was fantastic, but just because you can do really cool videos don't mean you can wrestle. And I still feel like Julia Hart can't wrestle. So I need her to get better a lot faster, personally.
I'm gonna judge after this match. I'm gonna really judge after this match. I'm gonna see how I'm gonna really sink in on her and Willow Nightingale's match. I'm gonna go from there.
Okay. And then like you were saying, we had the Young Bucks backstage promo where they dropped their own little pipe bomb, pun intended. We knew they were supposed to be releasing the footage. I thought it was going to be some doctored, something comical or something they were going to. I wasn't quite sure what they were going to show us. And we already got in the comments over here. We got some back and forth about CM Punk being a liar and no, he's not, this and that. I love it. I love to see, people's opinions on both sides. Hey, Adam, good to have you with us. It's going good. Hope you're doing well yourself. You came in just the right time. We're getting to the probably the moment of the night. That's going to be tweeted, retweeted, shared, picked apart for the next few days now, if not weeks, months, who knows. But yeah, the Young Bucks reveal the backstage footage. Before they do, they put a little preface of it, talk about the history, and this is why we lost to FTR back in London. We're still have this on our minds instead of wrestling. So I talked to a buddy of mine earlier while it was going on. He's actually in here with us right now as far as watching the podcast. Madman Moses, shout out to Mark. Why would AEW release this footage? Before I give my opinion, and I have a couple of theories as well, I want to hear from you, Mr. FTW. Why not just why did they release this, but do you think this is going to help them or hurt them more by releasing the footage? Go.
I think like 2 or 3 reasons. One of them could be like, I feel like with WrestleMania being so big and with everything WWE has going on right now, he has to get back in the stick of things, and I feel like this is a perfect way to get back in the stick of things. 2, it could be just after CM Punk's, interview with Ariel Helwani. It's probably some things that he just wanted to put out there and say, no, let's let the world see for their eyes. And, my only thing about this is it could help or hurt, because a lot of that CM Punk said what he did, So he said he walked up to Jack Perry. He said he threw the first punch, He never negated away from none of that. So, that being said, to show him, and he's not even in the company no more, that to me is still one of the things that this shows. I feel like they still hurting him. Walking out the company hurt them more than him leaving, him himself just saying, I'm gone. They needed him more than he needed them, in my opinion, and it still shows. And that's just my opinion on it.
All right. Anyone that knows me knows I am not even anywhere near close to a CM Punk fan. But I'm going to come at this as unbiased as I possibly can. I've talked to a lot of people about this. From what I can remember from the CM Punk interview, the only inkling I have, I want to say in the interview, and please, absolutely everyone, correct me if I'm wrong. For whatever reason, I want to say CM Punk said something about Jack Perry either throwing the first punch or coming at him first, and he was basically he grabbed him by the throat and pushed him up against the wall or something like that. Something about grabbing him by the throat. That's what I remember. And the footage, obviously, he definitely got him in the throat. Looks like he kind of reached out, maybe a double kind of a choke push, hit Perry in the throat, it seems like, and then he definitely threw a punch or something at him afterwards. Regardless, I did see the footage. I watched it a lot, zoomed in as best I could, and saw. I didn't see Perry throw any punches or take any steps forward to Punk. He put his hands up and his hair was doing this through his hair when Punk struck the first time, and then still kind of had his hands up the second time when Punk struck. I'll say I'm impressed with Punk's speed, boy. That's that UFC, former UFC stuff going in handy right there. He came at it pretty quick, man. But same time, no audio, so we don't know what was said. And that, to me, it just words are words. It doesn't justify putting your hands on somebody unless they're coming at you. I didn't see any indication that Perry was going to jump on Punk at all. He probably knew better, honestly. But he still ran his mouth, definitely ran his mouth. Since he's left, the things I've seen, the interviews he's done, the stuff he's done over in New Japan with TNA and everything else, he definitely has some issues attitude-wise and thinks he's probably better than everyone else and better than he actually is. Again, my opinion. The footage, I feel, could have been released for two reasons. One of them is just a pipe dream of mine, and I'm going to start with that one first. And I think that's possibly now where the new era, could we maybe see a AEW, WWE Forbidden Door? That'd be amazing. I'd love for that. Again, that's the pipe dream. There's probably like a 2% chance of that even happening. I'd love to see it. I'd love for Triple H and Tony Khan to get together and say, we can make a lot of money doing this instead of trying to, let's just have this one pay-per-view. We can do a lot of money. So, and this is weak, Tony, this is weak as fuck if this is why you did this. You think that using the angle that's why the Young Bucks lost and trying to make the FTR Young Bucks thing a bigger match by releasing this footage and that's not, no. I get it. CM Punk came out with the interview, so in response, you're doing this, thinking, look, it's going to show CM Punk put his hands on Perry first. It's going to, yeah, it does show that. A lot of people are going to harp on that. And, well, he assaulted Perry. He didn't have to put his hands on him. True, he didn't. He could have just took the whatever the guy was saying at him and whatever. Yeah, but look, they're all athletes. They're grown-ass men. Punk's an older athlete, been around, been through the game a long time, and I'm not going to justify what he did, but at the same time I am, because I've been around fighters, been around wrestlers, and there's some shit you say, some shit you don't say, and there's a big thing about respect. Regardless of who you are, it's how long you've been around, what you've done for the business. The thing, a line of respect you don't necessarily want to cross. You probably crossed it. Does it justify it? No, of course not. To some people, like I'm sure Mr. Moses, oh yeah, you say the wrong thing, I'm coming at you, fist flying, I don't give a fuck if it's against the law or whatever. I get that. I do. It doesn't make it right, doesn't make it wrong. It makes it in the eye of the beholder and the eye of society. In society, it's going to be wrong. You put your hands on somebody, especially in the snowflake community we live in now. Again, this is Wednesday nights, people. You know how we do. I'm not going to really hold back. Kids shouldn't be up right now anyways, put in the bed. But overall, man, it's interesting to finally see some stuff. I think it's more along the lines of just a response to Punk's interview and how successful WrestleMania was, is why they did this video the way they did it. I'm glad they didn't doctor it, at least that we can tell. I wouldn't be surprised in the future it comes out, look, it's been edited and doctored. We'll see that, I'm sure. I don't know. People are always grasping at something and have some kind of news, something to talk about. This is going to be analyzed to death over the next few weeks. We'll have to see what comes of it after that. Real quickly, I'm going to scroll through these comments and see. We got a lot of talk about this, which I knew we would, and it's great to see everyone in here discussing and having their own opinions, man. Yeah, you're right, King Chester. It's really started about with the glass. I know that's what a lot was the arguments was about. Perry wanting to use glass and Punk saying he didn't need to, or some dispute or argument about that. And the interview that when Punk talks about that, I entirely believe everything Punk's saying about that. It sounds legit. It sounds right. It sounds like coming from a wrestler, what you would talk about, how you would discuss it. It just fits. It feels right. After seeing that footage, that doesn't change my opinion on Punk. Again, I'd have to watch the interview and see exactly what he said about the actual altercation itself. But everything he was saying about verbally, yeah, with body language and everything, it was definitely words. Yeah, no, I'm not going to beat it to death already. We've spent enough time on it. Miss FTW, if you want to say something else real quick with all the comments that have been going on, the thing, everything that I said, if you want to do some reply, hit us with it now, brother.
Oh, no, I'm perfectly fine, man. Like I said, I think, it was more of a response. So, just seeing Punk and Arrow won the interview. And then on top of, how great WrestleMania was. So, I'm going to go off that.
Right. We got Adam Talks. I feel like Punk was right about there not being any leadership when it comes to management in AEW. Brother. Yeah, I'm the AEW guy. I'm a huge AEW fan, but you and him are absolutely correct about that. You can tell, yeah, Tony Khan may run things, but it's definitely got a little more of a WCW vibe in it. With there's too many cooks in the kitchen, you're letting the inmates run the asylum. Not nearly to the severity level of WCW as far as that management goes, but they definitely need to tighten up a bit. But yeah, other than that, let's go on and move right on. We did have, right after that, FCR came out to the ring and responded by saying, we're tired of talking about this shit. Let's move on. Why are we still talking about something 8 months ago? You just want an excuse on why you lost to us, talking to the Young Bucks. And we want to move on. Passionate interview about about the match that they're going to have at the pay-per-view again against the Young Bucks. Anything about that, Mr. FTW, you want to touch on that, or we go right in? Because there was a lot that we had one match the first hour of Dynamite tonight, people, which, again, I'll give my opinion about. Go ahead.
Hey, the whole one match thing, it took me. Because usually, here's the only thing. Hear me out. Yeah. I liked it tonight, kind of. And here's why I say I liked it tonight. Because usually AEW throws you a shitload of matches, and it has no real meaning behind it sometimes. That is no match action. So now, instead of doing that, they done came in with something totally new. And you know what I'm saying? Me personally, I kind of like the whole segment tonight. Match. I liked it tonight. And then we had our boy Matt said, I think Tony needs to stop playing Booker of the year and realize this is embarrassing himself and the talent. I agree, Matt. But yeah, me personally, I did kind of like more of the segment tonight. I will say that.
Yep. Adam as well says that he agrees. He was a huge WCW guy and he loved AEW at first, thinking it was like XS's second coming. But then the storytelling fell off to he still loves the matches and the quality is amazing, but you can't just have great matches and not have a great storytelling as well. Absolutely. That's 100%, Adam. We're right there with you, bro. That's what's been going on with AEW a lot lately. So I get that. Okay, I understand now where you're coming from, and that makes sense the first hour. But here's my issue with that. If you're going to take an hour like WWE can do, you need a 3-hour show. They took the whole first half of the show with a straight hour. They could have broke that up and spaced it out with a match or two in between, because we still end up having 5 matches. So that means you're rushing the last hour to get your matches in. So, WCW. I thought I knew what you meant, but I was trying to go quick, brother.
To me, like I said, I kind of liked it because, you know what I'm saying, I'm so used to them throwing max shakes you. Like in 2 hours, bro, they can have like 7 matches. And sometimes it's not worth it. And sometimes it's not good to have it matches. Right. And that's part of the reason, to me, why you have no storyline. Well, guess what? This is how you get some storyline, in my opinion. This is how you build on storyline. So, because to me, at first it was more, I want a match. Whoever wants to, you call out somebody, they run down there, they fight you. Y'all put a tag team party, y'all do a tag team match, do something, and then they're going to match the next week. Or they're going to match at the pay-per-view. Now with the segments, what they're doing is now setting up storylines and storytelling. And I'm cool with it.
Okay. On the same topic of time management with the show, we got the Will Ospreay interview right afterwards, and he comes out there and says, "Look, I only got 5 minutes. It told me I have 5 minutes where this live TV is expensive." It's a pretty good interview, man. He's definitely working on he has a real thick accent. He's definitely working on it. I understood everything he said this time for once. He hit the bruv, which everyone loves. He did the whole spectrum. He shows, okay, dude's got some all right skills on the mic. He's got a ways to go, but young. He's definitely going to get there. And as Mr. FTW likes to say, he is the best wrestler right now in the new era. I respectfully disagree. I think there's one person better than him. Athletically, nah, man. He's right there with Ricochet, maybe even better athletically. It's ridiculous the things that man can do. He does hype the match for Revolution coming up.
I hope you're talking about somebody that's over the mic, because ain't nobody better than him in the ring.
I'm talking MJF. We all know who I am.
MJF is not better than Will Ospreay in the ring. In the mic, on the mic, yes. As an overall superstar, yes. In the ring, you know what?
Athletically, there's no one that's better than Ospreay. I compared him with Ricochet as far as athletic ability goes, but even there, I think he's even a little better than Ricochet. Again, my so humble, mad opinion. He does, like I said, he teases the match with Bryan Danielson upcoming at the pay-per-view, which is going to be, oh my God, it's going to be so amazing. I think it's going to be potential for match of the year already. Like it's going to be that good, people. So for those that are not going to tune in or pay, obviously, for the pay-per-view, and I don't blame you because $50 is expensive nowadays, especially inflation's a bitch. But tune in after for the review for the podcast, or wait for the next day, get some YouTube video of at least that match, because I can already guarantee it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. There's no other word for it.
Definitely. I can't wait.
Right? I mean, man, you love both of them. So I don't even know who. Real quick, who do you think's going to take that? Because I don't even know who's going to win in that one. I can't even give you.
Of course, Ospreay.
Okay, you really think so?
Yes. It wouldn't do no justice to give Bryan Danielson a win.
Even with this being Bryan Danielson's last year, he's trying to be, all this stuff, even with that whole thing going on.
Yeah, you can do all of that within a year run, but it makes no sense to give him the win. Or Ospreay is the hottest thing you got in AEW right now.
Yeah, Adam, this is supposed to be Bryan Danielson's last year, apparently. Like, it's what they're kind of toting and teasing at. And he's been saying for years he only wanted to wrestle to be a certain age. He has a family as a kid. He wants to do all that thing. I hear you, brother. I do hear what you're saying. I don't know. I'm 50-50. I feel like it could go either way. And honestly, I'd be happy either way. Either person winning, regardless, is going to be a fantastic wrestling match. I can't wait. We had the Julia Hart video promo, which was fantastic, calling out Willow, kind of trying to play mind games. Then we had the second match of the night, Lion Hook, Chris Jericho and Hook with Shibata against Shane Taylor Promotions, which is Shane Taylor, Lee Moriarty, and Ogogo. Not 100% sure on a lot of those guys. Other than Lionheart, Lion Hook, and Shibata. I, of course, know them. I know I've heard of Shane Taylor. I forgot, probably because he was a boxer. Mr. FTW, being an avid boxer, probably knows who Shane Taylor is and has an opinion. I was impressed with what he did in the ring. He didn't do a whole lot, but what he did do, I was impressed of. What did you think about this, real quick, brother?
Yeah, Shane Taylor's nice. He's more on the Ring of Honor side. So, you don't really see him too much unless you're watching Ring of Honor, of course. And shout out to Matt for sharing it on the Facebook page. My man Matt, he's always one to get watching this, man. Yeah, our boy Matt Ruff from Collectibles, watch out for him. He'll be doing the collab with us here soon. But Sean Taylor, like I say, he's more on the Ring of Honor side. So if you don't watch Ring of Honor, you'll probably never see him. But pretty decent. I think this story is just more facing towards Hook and Jericho. And, I'm kind of conflicted with this. I don't know if we're going to give Jericho the title here, or we're going to let, or just we really going to rise Hook, raise Hook right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of conflicted when the time does come. So that's my only thing right there with it.
Well, because we did see in the match, which the Shane Taylor promotion did pick up the victory over Shibata, which surprised me. But it's because we had Jericho pull Hook off the apron, when Hook was trying to tag with Shibata, who was in trouble in the ring. So I don't know what they're doing with it. They were trying to be face, and now Jericho did a very heel thing, and you're supposed to be under my learning tree. Obviously, we're going to have Hook versus Jericho, which we've had once already. I don't know why we need it again. I can pass on this. I love me some Chris Jericho. I like Hook. But for this particular little whatever they got going story-wise, I can pass on this story. Let's get a different story going. All right, then we get Okada versus, and I apologize to the independent guy or whoever it was whose name I did not catch, because it was a squash match where Okada just whooped this dude Did you happen to get his name, Mr. FTW? I don't think he did either. But
my bad, bro. I was still on mute. My bad, JR. My boy JR Thomas says finish the story, man. That's my boy, man. Just like Cody did. Shout out to my boy JR Thomas, man. He used to play the game with your boy back in the gap, all on the PlayStation days. This was back in the PlayStation days. He's amazing, man. Yeah, back in the gap a long time ago. Back when 2K first started bringing out the Park Days. So, you know, like I said, amazing time. Great seeing you. Thank you for joining us, bro. And, bro, don't get me a line. See, I didn't know who that was. And the match was so fast, they wouldn't even have.
Yeah. So, anyway, man, Okada whooped that ass. Whoever it was, again, I apologize, man. If you watch the podcast, you see it, go ahead and hashtag yourself, put you out there, contact us, let us know who you are. But it was all just a ruse pretty much to get out there, call out Pac, the Bastard Pac, which I think that'll be a fantastic match, Okada and Pac. Pac gets jumped by the Young Bucks. You got to remember, Okada is here, the Rainmaker, with the Bucks. We forget that because we don't see them together a lot, and the Young Bucks are on this whole, you know, management, whatever crap they're doing with this little gimmick. But I don't know. I do want to see Okada and Pac. I think that'll be great. Banger.
Of course. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like this is so great. It's crazy to me because you smoke out, but you weren't told protection. It took you forever to get told on him. So crazy to me.
Yeah. All right, so then we got a Thunder Rosa interview with Tony Storm. I love what they do when they cut the screen in half and you got Tony in black and white and everyone else in color. Fantastic. I love the artistry of it. Again, Tony Storm is probably one of the top 2 or 3, if not the number one, top hottest story that they got going right now. Tony Storm is so over it with this gimmick that she's doing, this Marilyn Monroe-esque, you know, early Hollywood type thing. Gonna have a drink with Thunder Rosa, throws it in her face instead, attacks her, beats her up. Who is it that comes out and wants to help out? Mariah May?
Deonna Purrazzo.
No, Deonna Purrazzo.
Right.
That's right. Deonna Purrazzo comes out and try to help and drops the F-bomb that AEW isn't able to quite censor, so they'll probably get fined by by TBS or TNT or whatever. Because they went ahead and bleeped out you, but not fuck. No, it was fuck. Wait, great job, guys. I thought it was hilarious. And I don't think they expected Deonna to say that. But after that, we get a pretty decent, actually, women's match, which is surprising because, again, the women's division AEW needs a revival, needs help. They need to get the CEO in there, A-stat. So we got Anna Jay versus Mariah May. I'm just going to go ahead and call Mariah May Storm because she's still coming out in the tribute. Old school Tony Storm, the music, the attire. I love it. Looks great on her. She's doing fantastic. Hey, Famous be in the house watching. Appreciate you for joining us, brother. This was actually a really good match. I enjoyed the match. They got a commercial break, maybe even 2, so that was cool. They were showcasing the women a little bit with the interview beforehand, straight into Anna Jay, Mariah May. What did you think, real quick, brother, about this?
I thought it was a pretty solid match. Pretty solid. It's just good to see Mariah May. You know what I'm saying? Because we see her so off and on. So it's always a nice, you know what I'm saying, sight when we see her.
What do you think about the outcome, about Mariah May picking up the victory over Anna Jay?
I liked it very much so.
Okay. See, I was opposite. I wanted Anna Jay to pick up the victory. I'm sure my girl Bonafide would agree with me if she were here. Well, we do have CEO Mercedes Moné, Sasha Banks, whatever you want to call her. Interview right after, backstage, just, doing her thing, talking up AEW, talking up what she's going to do. Lights go. Oh, actually talking up Willow Nightingale, kind of discussing that whole situation and what happened back then. Lights go out. You hear somebody getting beat up. Come on, Mercedes is laid out. No one to be found. Is it Julia Hart or is it going to turn out to be Willow? What do you think, brother?
You ask me who am I going for between Willow and Julia?
No, I mean, who do you think did the whole attack in Mercedes Moné when the lights went out? Is it going to turn out to be Julia Hart?
I'm going Willow. I'm going Willow. I'm sorry. I'm going Willow.
Yeah, that's what I think they're going to try to swerve to. They're going to try to give us it was Willow. Yeah. So with that being said, do you think Willow beats Mercedes again?
Nope.
They wrestle.
Nope, not at all.
So yeah, we're all excited for Mercedes Moné to get in action, as she will be soon.
Okay, here's my thing. Hear me out, though. Hear me out. Like I told you, I think Willow's a transitional champion right now, and I hate to call it, or I hate to call it what it'll be, but that'll probably be what it's kind of like when Damian Priest is going to be for Drew McIntyre if Drew does sign. Because I feel like if Drew McIntyre does sign with WWE, he'll win by the Clash. He'll win the title at the Clash. I most certainly think Willow will beat Julia for the TPS title, but I think she's only going to hold it until Double or Nothing when we have her versus Mercedes, and that's when I think Mercedes will take it.
Unfortunately, I think you're probably right, brother. I do not want to see Willow as TBS champion. Does she wrestle better than Julia Hart? Absolutely, 100%. 100%. So does she deserve the title more than Julia? Yeah, probably. I love the House of Black. I love the gimmick. I love the shtick. I don't know what the fuck Willow is. So again, I'm a big. You're telling stories, people. This is wrestling, professional wrestling, sports. I still call it sports entertainment. So fuck anyone that has a problem with it. It ain't. I don't care if an asshole coined the phrase or invented it. He was wrong about most things. He was right about that. It's what it is. It's sports entertainment with professional wrestling in it. Okay. Sorry, not sorry. That's just the way it is. And when you got that, you can't. You know what? I'm not going to get on that tangent. I'm going to go ahead and just say May 26th in Vegas. We got Double or Nothing. That's what will be coming up after the pay-per-view coming up 2 weeks from now. I think next week. We get to our main event, Samoa Joe versus Goldust. And it was much, much, much better than I thought it was going to be. You know, though, when they started talking and telling us that Mr. Goldust, Mr. Dustin Rhodes, the Natural, had never been world champion in his career, I saw it happening. I saw yet another Rhodes finishing his story. Here we go. Stardust done finished his story. Now we got to get some Goldust action finishing his story, and it look like it might just happen. He might just beat Samoa Joe and get another crack at that. No. Sorry. It ended the way Cody Rhodes' story should have ended. Not all stories have a happy fucking ending. Go ahead, brother.
When you said that, I was just like, no, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But I'm glad it is what it is.
I was surprised that they had to have Samoa Joe use the belt to beat him. I mean, he was bloody, beaten. It was, man. He already had the shit beat out of him. He didn't really need to use the title to win. But, you know, it is what it is. Again, it's storytelling. Now he can have an excuse, yada, yada. This is also probably Dustin's last year, too. We're going to see 2, 3, maybe even 4 of our top people in other everywhere promotions that are going to be retiring pretty soon in the next few years, next couple years. But I will say, all AEW, CM Punk, WWE, CM Punk, all the issues, bullshit aside, this has been a good middle year start of wrestling. To me, I felt like we started out kind of stale and stagnant in both WWE and AEW at the beginning of the year. Kind of leading up to Mania, it started to pick up. Mania season is over. It's done. It happened. We were there. It's a new year, a new season of wrestling. Whether AEW acknowledges that or not, it's what happens. Everyone knows we go out by WWE's calendar when it comes to wrestling and WrestleMania and all of that. So, boom, it's over. It's done. Let's get some stories going. It's going to be a good rest of the year for wrestling. I'm excited for what we got coming forward. I'm excited for some of the stories we got and all aspects of it, all different wrestling, whether it's TNA, whether it's Ring of Honor, whether it's New Japan, whether it's WWE or AEW. It's all good if you're a wrestling fan. I ain't got much else to say. You know me, it's Lyle Murray, and my voice still kind of hoarse from screaming and yelling at NXT Stand and Deliver and all during WrestleMania weekend. But getting better. I'll be better by next week. Y'all be able to, hear me sing opera again. But until then, we got Miss FCW and the whole rest of the group holding it down, and I appreciate that. I plan on being back every Wednesday, people. I know I left y'all hanging for a little while, and I apologize. I had some stuff going on, a lot of work and had to do to lead up to WrestleMania. WrestleMania season, again, it's over. It's time to start new, start fresh. Miss FCW, you want to go ahead and end us? Go ahead and lead us out, man.
Yes, sir. And with that being said, I appreciate you guys for joining on with us tonight and talk some wrestling, man. We got to go ahead and join us on the FCW Mad Family AEW Post Show and join us here as we go live 6 days a week. And yeah, man, it's 7 days on PLEs and all that good stuff. But yeah, with that being said, thank you guys. Be watching out for all this big content we got coming up and great things we got going on. And with that being said, I'm Mr. FCW himself. I'm with Lyle Murray, and we are out.